Hello everyone! Most men think women start playing games when the silence appears, when the signals become confusing, or when the distance suddenly grows. But the truth is, the game usually begins long before any of that is visible. It doesn't start with behavior. It starts with language. It begins with 4 simple words. Words so soft, so ordinary, that they barely raise suspicion. You hear them, accept them, and move on without question. And that's exactly why they work. Almost every man has heard these words at some point. Very few understand what they actually reveal. If you've ever found yourself waiting without clarity, hoping without reassurance, overthinking every pause, or fighting for answers that never come, there's a strong chance these words were used on you, not to explain a situation, but to shape how you respond to it. Language is the quietest weapon a woman can use and the most effective because it leaves no fingerprints. Most men focus on actions, the distance, the mixed signals, the sudden drop in warmth. What they miss is that influence rarely begins with behavior. When a woman wants to shift a dynamic without taking responsibility for it, she often uses a carefully chosen word, and that word quietly defines the emotional frame you operate within. Psychologists call this framing. One word is enough to bend your interpretation without you realizing it. It's said casually, softly, as if it means nothing. But inside that small syllable is the real question being asked. How much can I steer you without ever pushing you? Take the man who keeps hearing a woman say she's busy. He accepts it at face value. He assumes she's overwhelmed, exhausted, managing life. What he doesn't see is the calibration happening underneath. She isn't measuring her schedule, she's measuring him. Every delayed reply, every vague excuse, every slight withdrawal becomes data. She's observing how far he'll bend, how quickly he'll chase, how easily his standards soften under the belief that he's being patient. This isn't cruelty. It's instinct. Women are wired to look for the man who leads himself, a man who is anchored, a man who doesn't lose balance the moment the emotional current shifts. That's why these 4 words matter. They aren't random, they're tools. Each one quietly categorizes you. Are you secure or anxious? Self-governing or easily guided? Grounded or reactive? The 4 words women often use when they're not choosing you but still want you choosing them are simple. Busy, maybe, friend, and Sue. When a woman says she's busy, most men hear a time issue, but busy isn't about time. It's about priority. When a woman is genuinely interested, she doesn't become less available, she becomes resourceful. She finds minutes. She makes effort visible. Repeated busy isn't a workload confession, it's a hierarchy reveal. Maybe sounds like possibility, but what it really creates is suspension. It keeps you emotionally available without requiring her to commit. It's not an open door, it's a waiting room. Friend feels safe, even flattering, but it's often the cleanest downgrade a woman can give without sounding cruel. It means emotional access without romantic intent, comfort without commitment, and soon is the most sophisticated stall of all. It creates a future that never arrives, keeping you invested while nothing concrete ever forms. Soon pacifies hope while preserving options. None of these words reveal her situation. They reveal your reaction. Every time one of these words is used, she isn't just speaking, she's observing. Watching how you handle uncertainty, how you respond to ambiguity, how quickly you adjust yourself to fit inconsistency. And that response silently redefines your value. The real danger isn't the words themselves. It's how quickly a man surrenders his position when he hears them. Control isn't taken, it's returned the moment you stop reacting and start observing. The moment you stop reshaping yourself around unclear signals, and instead anchor into your own standards. Control isn't taken, it's returned the moment you stop reacting and start observing. The moment you stop reshaping yourself around unclear signals, and instead anchor into your own standards. Women don't respect a man who needs certainty from them. They respect the man who carries certainty within himself. The man who doesn't flinch at ambiguity. The man who doesn't overinvest in unclear signals. The man who doesn't let soft, strategic language bend his sense of worth. Once you stop folding under those 4 words, you stop being the man she can test, stall, or downgrade. You become the man she must choose intentionally or lose completely.